Experiencing a breakup is undeniably intense and painful, with no room for doubt. In recent months, I've received numerous requests for a video addressing the intricacies of breakups, recognizing the potential insights that philosophy can provide to alleviate the pain of a breakup. I've chosen to embark on a series that explores different philosophical perspectives, starting with Stoicism. We aim to uncover the wisdom these philosophies offer in navigating the challenging process of moving on after a breakup. Dynamics of love and romance have evolved significantly over the centuries. Looking back to ancient Greece, it's doubtful that a dating culture resembling today's existed. However, despite these changes, I believe that fundamental human emotions like lust, craving, attachment, or anger have remained constant. In contrast to humans, nature has an enduring quality. Despite the leaps in civilization, our physiology hasn't drastically changed in 2,500 years. This is why ancient philosophies like Stoicism remain relevant, as they provide valuable insights. Although our understanding of the brain has expanded, it doesn't diminish the enduring validity of Stoic wisdom. Now, that said, it's essential to deconstruct what's exactly happening when we break up and why we feel so bad. Now, falling in love is a very intense experience. Our bodies produce chemicals that make us feel good, and at some point, the only person we can think about is the one we're in love with. So I think that, for a great part, it's a chemical thing with the purpose of bonding and reproduction. That's why after the so-called honeymoon phase, these intense feelings begin to wane, until we stop seeing the other person through rose-colored glasses. So it's a temporary high. After the high is gone, there's often still a deep attachment. Is the presence of this attachment inherently wrong? At a certain juncture, it seems beyond our control, doesn't it? Once it's established, it exists. However, we do possess the ability to alter our approach to this attachment and the circumstances surrounding our separation from the person to whom we're attached. This is where the potency of the rational mind, a skill mastered by the Stoics, becomes crucial. Although we can't instantaneously eliminate the pain, what proves beneficial is the transformation of certain misconceptions. This transformation enables us to embrace the reality of the breakup and discover a sense of tranquility. I'd like to touch briefly on a few of these misconceptions and explore the Stoic perspective on them. Number 1. I need that person to be happy. This attachment can manifest itself in clingy behavior and the belief that we need this particular person to be happy. The common answer to this problem is that there's plenty of fish in the sea. This is of course true, which is already a reason why it's insane to think that there's only one person for you. But this doesn't really solve the problem, because no matter if there's 1, 10, or a billion fish in the sea, so theoretically, it's still possible that we can't obtain any of these fish, even if there's plenty of them. It's beyond our control. Should we experience distress after a breakup due to the belief that our happiness hinges on the presence of the other person, we commit the error of linking our happiness to an external factor. Stoicism strongly opposes this perspective. In line with Stoic philosophy, the sole requisite for happiness is virtue, and the ability to lead a virtuous life lies entirely within our control. Elements like romance, relationships, marriage, and even family are deemed by Stoics as preferred and different. While these aspects might enhance life, they are not essential for attaining happiness and are regarded as unreliable facts. Stoics assert that these are desirable but not obligatory components for a content and fulfilled life. Number 2, I'm entitled to that person. Now, this is a belief or idea that evokes a lot of anger in people. It could be that we begin to see the other person as a possession, or at least a factor in life that we are entitled. This idea often goes hand in hand with jealousy, which is basically a fear of loss. When this person decides to break up with us, we feel wronged and think that the reason for the breakup is, in some way, unjust. In case of divorce, there's a heightened sense of injustice, particularly when our former spouse deviates from the commitment to remain together until one of us passes away. Additionally, when a breakup includes instances of infidelity, the feeling of betrayal intensifies. It's essential to recognize that concepts such as monogamy and sexual exclusivity haven't been universal throughout history. Rather, they are constructs embedded in social frameworks, and notably, religious tradition. The incorporation of these concepts into our normative framework inevitably nurtures a sense of entitlement and fosters apprehension. In today's day and age, with ever-increasing sexual freedom worldwide, dating apps and the decline of sacredness in regards to marriage, chances are high that relationships fall apart. Thus, breakups are more and more common, and so is infidelity. Stoic philosopher Epictetus had some wise words to say about how we should position ourselves towards losing the things we love. Quote, "Never say of anything, 'I have lost it,' but 'I have returned it.' Is your child dead? It is returned. Is your wife dead? She is returned. Is your estate taken away? And is not that likewise returned? But he who took it away is a bad man. What difference is it to you who the giver assigns to take it back? While he gives it to you to possess, take care of it. But don't view it as your own, just as travelers view a hotel." Number 3. I will never get over that person. The excruciating pain that a breakup brings makes it seem almost impossible to get over it. But the cliché is really true. As Stoic philosopher and ancient Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius puts it, some things are rushing into existence, others out of it. Some of what now exists is already gone. Change and flux constantly make the world, just as the incessant progression of time remakes eternity. The anguish is a sensation we can manage. Resisting it proves unproductive. Instead, it's more effective to acknowledge its presence. Unfortunately, some individuals resort to unhealthy coping mechanisms, a path I, too, once tread, notably through excessive alcohol and other substances altering the mind. Regrettably, these are mere temporary solutions that offer no lasting relief. In the aftermath of a breakup, I also tended to isolate myself, a strategy beneficial in moderation. Drawing from personal experience, the optimal approach to handling grief involves a balance. Actively engaging with the external world and spending moments in solitude to genuinely confront the emotions. The latter is crucial. An acceptance of the current circumstances and a willingness to endure the gradual process of detachment, which may extend over months or even years. To gain insights into how the Stoics approached immediate grief following a tragic event, it could be enlightening to explore the works of Seneca. Was more than a Stoic philosopher. He also served as a statesman in a prominent role within the Roman Empire until allegations of adultery with the emperor's sister led to his exile in Corsica. During this period of separation, Seneca corresponded with his mother to offer solace as she grieved his absence. I quote, "I knew that I must not oppose your grief during its first transports, lest my very attempts at consolation might irritate it and add fuel to it. For in diseases also, there is nothing more hurtful than medicine applied too soon. I waited, therefore, until it exhausted itself by its own violence, and being weakened by time, so that it was able to bear remedies, would allow itself to be handled and touched. In essence, allow yourself to express emotions freely. Embrace your humanity. As the initial shock subsides, consider applying Stoic philosophy as a soothing balm to the wound. Thank you for watching.